Oh, I was raised in South Central LA pretty much all my life. Yeah, like all my life. Um, like when I was younger, like as a kid, we stayed in bad areas, but I was young. I'm talking about like 2, 3 years old. When we got kind of like five, six, and seven, we kind of went to like a better area. Like this was like in '99, the rent was 2,500 for a house out here, so that was like a lot back then. But we stayed in a cool area. But then when I got like 10 or something, my mom was like, "We can't stay here if y'all still want the Christmas gifts and just shit like that," because the rent was high and my sisters was moving out and shit. But 11, we moved back to South Central. Well, before that, the last house wasn't like that far out of like LA. It's still in LA. Like, um, I don't know if you're familiar with Flossin, but it's like a block. It's like 2 miles from where Nipsey was from, but it's just
Yeah.
a rich part of LA called Windsor Hills. But 12 years old, we moved back to LA, like the South Central, and I moved on 53rd and Dinker into a duplex. But next door to us was like an old lady, so
How many siblings were you growing up with? Adopted siblings did you have?
well, when I got adopted, I was 7 days old at the hospital. So the mother that adopted me, she already had an older son, one, two, three, and three daughters. So she already had four kids, and they was already grown, and she was already up in age when she adopted me. She was like probably in her late 40s, something like that, maybe.
Oh, wow. When you were growing up in that, like, where did you lived on Dinker then?
Yeah,
Like,
53rd and Tinker.
and what was it like growing up in that area?
It was hard. It was like horrible and bad, and that's still like in the early 2000s. So LA was still at like at its worst time. Like it was still bad. It was still like killings every day. The game banging. It was just bad, bro. And I was young, and that's where I jumped off the porch at. Like that's where everything really like took off at, as far as like the streets for me.
When you were growing up, you jumped off the porch early. What was that like? Like, was that more of a survival thing? Because did you guys have money? Were you like well off with the fresh kicks, the fresh shirts, or was it like hand me downs? Like, how was it? Like, what was that situation?
Nah, I'm not even gonna lie. Like I ain't never wore like no hand me downs like that. Like I never had that, but we was not rich, well off or nothing like that. My mother wasn't even working. She wasn't working no more at this point in time, bro. It wasn't really a survival tactic, mate. I mean, I don't know, bro. I was just like I just wanted to be like outside. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Then you gotta think, like at the same time, like my surrogate, the lady who birthed me, she was like a heroin addict. So I don't know, maybe I'm like a crack baby. Maybe I was just wild. I don't know. Like I was always like a bad kid in school. Um I had a 101 in like the third grade. That's like where they gotta have like somebody with you at all time in the school and shit. So that could have something to do with it, maybe.
When you were young like that, did you ever ask where your real mom was at, or did you think of your adopted mother like that's your real mom?
Not yet, not for sure. Like I thought that was my real mother until you get old enough to start figuring shit out. And then I recall probably like when I was seven, maybe, or I don't can't remember the age, but I was young. I probably was maybe 7 or 8. I think my grandmother from the real mother, I think she tried to come to visit me and shit. And I didn't really want to go. Like I didn't want to deal with them or like see them. But nah, I never met my like biological sister until I was probably like 23.
Oh, wow. And in your area, it was predominantly black then, right?
No, it was. Yeah. Every area, every house, every school, everywhere I went. Yeah.
Did
The only
did
other
that
white
come?
people was like the police, the firefighters, and maybe some of the teachers. Shit like that.
Yeah. And did you realize that you were white? Did you feel
Well,
like you stood out?
that I started realizing that probably like at 12, 11, maybe like 10. I started realizing that because at first I didn't know, no, I didn't like, I never even thought about the shit. I didn't. But then you know, once you get older, then your sister starts saying shit like, "Oh, you just like your mama daddy" and shit like this and all that. But yeah, it never paid me no mind. Like I never was like, "Oh, I want to leave them and go find this crackhead bitch and go have a life with her." Or something. No.
And that's the thing too. That's the beautiful thing about kids. They don't see race like that. You're just the same as everybody else when you're a kid.
Yeah, hell yeah. I had friends every race when I was a kid. Well, not every race. Well, I did in like elementary, but like when I was growing up, I was friends with Mexicans and everybody. Like we all was friends at a young age. So
Yeah. And that's it's almost sad in a way. Like the older we get, like that race politics starts to get pushed on us. And I guess it all depends on where you're growing up too, as well.
yeah, but
But
California get pushed, especially in prison. So it's getting pushed in prison. It's gonna get pushed on the street once you start getting your feet into the certain shit. But yeah, it's get pushed out here like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. You go to prison in California, a regular white person. If you hit a level 4, even if you hit maybe a level 2 or something, but for sure, if you go to a level 3 or 4, you gonna get turned into a Nazi, and it's not even a skinhead, and it's not even like it's nothing you can really do. It's either that or go PC.
yeah, you just get automatically grouped into with that, I guess.
Yeah, and then it's gonna keep getting pushed on you. That's all you gonna hear. This gonna be what they put in your head. Like it's just gonna be all type of shit, and eventually you are what you around. Like, so it just, like I've seen this shit happen to people. It's shit is crazy.
Fuck yeah, yeah. When you were little, when you started going outside, did you start getting yourself into shit right off the hop?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Every
was
since I
like
could,
that.
ever since I can remember, bro. Even when I was young, before I even like jumped off the porch into the streets. Even before that, I was hitting gates, learning how to uh go through windows, rocking shit on rock. There's all type of crazy like this little kid type shit. Like I wasn't never into playing video games and um shit. Like I did at one point. Like I had a Nintendo 64. But bro, that was like a long time ago. Like I started going outside, learning how to draw on roofs, fences, and after that, it started just getting a little bit um more works. And then yeah, once 12 years old came, I was in middle school. I went to John Muir. I was 12 years old. First burglary.
Did you
Yeah,
get caught for it?
we went into some people's house, broad daylight, socks on our hands. We had to like go around, jump somebody's fence to get to the back of the window because the front door was on like a busy street. Well, not that busy, but cars is up and down the street all day, so it's kind of hard to go through the front. But yeah, no, we didn't get caught for that. I never really got when I was younger. It's crazy too because I was the only white male, but I never really got I never was really getting caught for nothing. I got the first time I ever got like arrested. I think I was 14 or something. I think maybe 14, and they just took us to like the sheriff station. Mama had to come get me, shit like that. And that was for like some, I think they just charged possession of stolen property of a certain
Oh,
amount of time.
How did you feel? Was it just adrenaline? Was it exciting? Were you scared? Like this is the first time you're doing a robbery, you know?
It was exciting, low key. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, it was like fun. It was like okay, and then it was just a sense of like this is where the money at. Like I have to get in here to get this dough. Like I want money. Like because I told you my mama she'll buy clothes. That's only when she get them checks and get her checks and shit. And then that's still only a certain amount of shit she only can buy. You feel me? So um, it was fun though. No, it was fun to walk down the street with three people, pull socks out your pocket, put them on your hand, jump the fence, like just bow with one hand and jump over, and then like go along somebody's house and then go to the back of the window. And we was professional already because we hung around older people, so it had an emergency bar on the window. We still got in there, low. And you could
Nice.
just pop the window open and stick your hand and push the little, and the window pop open. Yeah. After I was like, whoa, shit, they gonna know we did it or whatever. But Nah, that never happened to that shit, bro. I ain't just gonna lie to you. It was a lot of shit. It was crazy shit going on.
After that first robbery, how long until you went and tried to get that, chase that feeling again?
It was just a repeat after that.
Yeah.
It was a repeat. It was on repeat. It was whatever after that. And we were smoking at an early age a lot. Like we used to buy quarter pounds of stress. This one stress was still it was still popping. We used to get a quarter pound of that shit for like $125. And we used to hot box a car or a van. And I remember this van in this alley we used to sit in. It was a closed off alley behind my homie house. And we just hot boxed that motherfucker all day. But yeah, nah, we was doing a lot of shit, bro. We was pitting ones under hundreds and finding people with kush once we found out what that was. And yeah, we doing a lot of shit. A lot of shit.
So it wasn't
Man,
random. Like you didn't like do random hits. It was methodical. You guys planned out where you're going to be robbing.
yeah, no, it was never no not at 12, 13, 14, 15. It was never no just see somebody in traffic or see somebody walking down the street and just snatch a chain or rob somebody right there in broad daylight. Nah, hell no. We was smarter than that. I'm not gonna lie though. 15, 16, like 16, 17, and 18, I started getting a little reckless. To 16, I think 16, I went to LP for a purse snatching.
What happened there? How'd that go down?
I don't know. Me and the homie was just riding around. I'm not gonna lie, we was riding around on some bikes around the set. And we was like, shit, we just need some money. And I'm like, I'm not trying to hit prison or for a long ass time or get no crazy ass charge. So I'm always trying to look at shit, trying to figure out how can we get the money but not risk all this stupid ass time. But I don't know, we was just on Vermont and we seen these girls get off the bus. There wasn't no old ladies, they wasn't no like single mothers. These was like not 18-year-old girls coming from school or some shit. And no, we just dropped the bikes in the alley, pushed up on them, and plucked their purse. As I snatched my purse, he snatched his, but he dropped his in the middle of running. And I doubled right back and snatched it and ran, hid in the alley, picked the purses up, took like, that's some money in one of the wallets, took a little bit of it out and took a bus pass that it had. It had like a monthly bus pass or some shit. I don't know why I took that, but I took it out the purse and left the shit in the alley. Thought it was cool. When I got out the alley and started walking, the bird is up now, but it's not over me. It's not directly over me, but it's probably like 4 blocks down. But later, you feel me, I find out in my head, I put it together, they was watching me. They would just stand, away. I ended up making it like two streets east, and then like 12 cars came out of nowhere. Get down. But I had enough time to throw through like the little the bus pass because I kind of seen them coming. Like you just know that like that sound of the motherfucking tires in that engine. Like you can hear it from like 2 blocks down. Like you can hear it. But I went to LP for that shit, ended up getting a DA reject. A DA reject is like where the district attorney rejects the case. Like they don't want to like pursue the case because I guess it's bullshit. They saying they didn't see me snatch it, but they seen me there or some goofy ass shit like that. So I'm sitting there 2 days and got a DA reject.
So that's no record from that then, right? They don't give you a criminal record for that. They just dump the case.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, because that's a kind of a stupid case to get, but when you out here hungry, it was just, and I was young still, but it was way worse shit than that. It was like never nothing on no like just regular people either. Like just like I wasn't targeting like anybody or just doing anything or anybody, but yeah.
When you were younger, growing up in these areas, did you have any role models that you were looking up to, like maybe somebody in the family or was somebody in the street, somebody that you like idolized and you figured like this is the guy that's going to put me on game?
No, not really. Not at that time. Not at that time. Of course, everybody just wanted to be like this top gangbanger at one point in time. Like that's what people wanted to be. That's what they was looking up to. But no, not really. I mean, like when I moved on 53rd, we met some people that lived right across the street, which became like my best friends kind of to this day. And their daddy had a chop shop. So when I moved over there, we learned. Me and one of the sons was the same age, so we started hanging every day and shit. It's like 11, almost 12. Like right when we first moved over there, we used to strip bikes and take the brakes off the tires. Like his daddy was chopping cars up. Like he had You know, like he was chopping cars down in the backyard with a fucking saw, like an electric saw.
Damn. And
So I learned we can do a lot of shit, like a lot of wild shit.
yeah, sounds like it. And that thrill though, when you're a kid, it's you look for that chase almost. You want to get that chase going because I grew up the same similar way, man. Like I always want to get that chase on. It's not complete till the cops are looking for you. As stupid as that sounds.
Yeah, hell yeah. I don't know, bro. It was just wild when I was a kid, bro. I used to think it was fuck. I would ride on any wall, broad daylight, wherever. With spray can, like I was just doing anything, and I was wearing khakis and white t-shirts when I was 12. Like,
Just loped right out.
yeah, and I loped out with the chucks on, with the laces, with the blue laces, or whatever laces I had on shoes. Dickies and Pro Clubs, yeah.
You ended up getting put on the set too. So you were with the Hoover Crip then, correct?
Nah, criminal.
Criminal.
Yeah.
So how did that go down? How did like you were already in the area growing up, so it wasn't official then, I guess, until you got put on?
No, I wasn't in that area. Like where I
Oh,
lived out on 53rd and Dinker, that's not the area that I'm from. But I'm gonna tell you the significance of why I'm from over there because the mother who adopted me, they came from Louisiana. They bought a property. Her mother bought a property on 79th and Figueroa, like in 1965. So they was already living there before gangbanging even like kicked off. Cause that shit didn't kick off to like 69, 70, something like that. So they was already over there. They grew up over there. So, you know, like that's your grandma's house. You over there every weekend. You over there all the fucking time. You outside running around. Everybody know you. You know everybody. So I just didn't pop up where I'm from. I was already over there. Like that's where my grandmother's house was at. And she had like a property, like a house in the front with like apartments in the back, 4 units upstairs and downstairs, but it was only for the family. So we had like a big piece of like property right there.
oh, that's right on then. You were recognized from coming from that set then? So you got put on to that set?
Yeah.
And how did that go down? Were you the only white guy in at that time?
Yeah, yeah. In California. I
Damn.
don't know about Milwaukee and Texas and Alaska and all these other places, but California, yeah. I was the only white person in that area. If there was another white person, it was a police or a fucking tweaker, like a crackhead or something. But nah, it just comes from like first, you know, like my mother died when I was 14. So when she died, I ended up going with one of my sisters who was living on 79. So I started living over there full time now. So now I'm outside more. Like I'm not from the set yet, but I'm outside more. Like I'm outside. Like I'm just everywhere doing a lot of shit. And then, you know, get to a point where it's like, damn, you might as well get put on because you're outside. Like you hanging with these people every day. And you know, just that's just how it went in LA. Like it was a tough place to grow up. It was,
Did you feel
yeah.
more pressure being the only white guy?
Maybe, but
Like put more
not
pressure on
really.
yourself?
Not really, because I seen people black get put pressure, like just all type of shit. So not really, but to a certain degree, I mean, I guess you could say that. I mean, of course, like the eye is always on you. You're always gonna be the first person brought up, or if something happens, people expect you to be the first person there, or um, then you the sore thumb at the same time, like, and then you know you gotta worry about some of your homies hating on you because you the white dude, or it's just all type of shit. But I never really had no issues in general. I didn't. I like that.
I guess, yeah, when you grow up in the area, you're just looked at as family, just being from here. So, yeah, they don't have to question it or nothing like that. They know you, I guess. So it's
Well, yeah, it's not like I just popped up and I came from like fucking Culver City, and then at 16 I was on 79th. Like, man, yeah, but I mean to a certain degree, I'm not saying like certain people maybe didn't look at me a certain way, or some
yeah.
people didn't like, oh, who is this white dude, or you know, or whatever like that. But nah, like it was never no issue like that.
So you ended up going into prison. Was it prison or jail did you go to?
I was county jail.
The county. How did that go down? What took place?
Well, the county jail out here is bad. It's kind of worse than prison if you look at it, because prison out here got rules. I mean, you can't do this, you can do this. It's all type of guidelines and shit. But for the black gangs out here, you gotta fight every day. Like you gotta fight your enemies. Like there's people coming in all day, but I go in there, boom, I'm running with the blacks. I was probably in there like the first time nothing happened. I'm talking about as far as like getting into it with the woods. The second go around, probably was in there like 20 days. And then I hit I think it was 21, 22. That's the floor, like the 2000 floor. And then they got the different like rows and shit. But I hit like 2100. And this big white dude with tattoos everywhere. He's like, hey, this is me. I didn't know what he was talking about at the time. I guess he was saying like he got the keys or whatever for the woods. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Like, you ain't got shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he like, I guess he's like, I'm the wood or something. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm from West Side Hoover. And at that time, we separated behind like the bars. He's inside the bars where where you go in where the cells at. But when I went to Roof that day, it was the same day. I went to Roof. None of my homies was right there. Like this, I just landed in this on this tier or whatever, the road. And I went to Roof and they tried to rush me. Well, they did rush me, but they tried to like rush me and pack me out, but it quickly backfired on me within like 5 seconds. It got real bad for them. They rushed me on the county jail, like the 3,000, I think it was a 3,000 floor roof. It was like 7 of them. They not real, like, they numbers ain't really nothing in there though.
Oh, no way.
Not in Los Angeles, not in Los Angeles County Jail, maybe like Orange County or San Bernardino, but they numbers ain't really nothing like that. But not saying they still like can't get you or whatever, but yeah, we fucked them over. And on the roof, like all the blacks, yeah, like I was hitting them with trash cans and shit. And then after that, when they took us to the hole or whatever, everybody to the hole, like within like I think the next day, like the next morning, it was a Saturday this shit happened. Sunday is church where they put everybody in that little one room and shit like that. My homies then was the fucking was like the porters and shit. You feel me? So they got them in there, you feel me, and then they attacked them with milk crates. With like the fucking crates that the
Yeah.
milk or the juice come in. And they start coming in the hole back to back. So it was crazy.
Damn. So, and with LA's prison politics, did you have any static or any pressure from the blacks in there on you for being the white guy hanging out with them?
Nah. California is different, bro. Like I don't really know how to go everywhere else. California is different, bro. I'm from a black hood, from a black gang, so that's just how it goes. But I never went to prison though, so I don't. I'm pretty sure in prison is gonna be somebody that don't like me. Probably write a tight and get me off the yard as soon as I get there. They don't want it to go up with the woods or whatever. I don't know.
How long were you in county for?
Not that long, bro.
No.
That time where that shit happened, I was in there for a weapon, a gun, and that was my first gun case. So that was like, I think I took a county lid, which is like a year, 3 years probation. Off the year out here, you do like 90 days, and then off of that, you probably do like shit 40 days or something out here because it's overpopulated. Well, at that time, it was bad. Like through intake, it took like 5 days just to get a like a cell or whatever to get housed.
Damn.
I think I was in there probably like 90 days or something, like 100 days. And I had to do like 15 more because they made me go do the days that I did in the hole. Like they made me fucking do those days or whatever. But I probably did like 100 days or something. Not that much. Well, that's a long time in there because I've seen people's careers get ended like within the first day. It's that bad. Like nothing. It was just bad. Police don't give a fuck. Sheriff don't give a fuck. Like you die in there. Like the county jail out here is horrible. That's why they don't let you wear your own clothes no more. They used to let people have money in there and shit. All that shit got stopped. It got bad.
You went in there for a gun case. How did that go down? Like, what's the circumstances around that?
I just had a gun. It was around a funeral. It was the day of my homie's funeral. Before I went to the funeral, I fucked up and I rode a bike from like 79th or 78th to where his auntie lived at, which is probably like 4 streets, like 4 streets away. And I got the burner on me, big 357, like a blue steel 357. It was came from an old man. It was like one of my homie's uncles or something. But it was an old gun. It was like one of them ones where you gotta like pow 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 pow. But it was like beefy, brand. It was never used or nothing, so it was clean. You pull it out, you gonna do something. But I rode the bike down there, and when I went down there and seen this dude, that's kind of iffy. Like at that time, it was like people were saying that he a snitch or whatever. I seen the dude, and I'm like, oh, here he go. Feel me? So sat there for like 2 more minutes. The car leaves, like he left or whatever. And when I was pulling out the like where they lived at, it was like a house right here. It's a little middle gap, and then it's another house in the back. And I was in the middle of that gap. I just put my earphones in, um, and I pulled off on the bike. Like I was on a bike, about to drive out the driveway. And as soon as I got like right here, it was like two homicide detectives or whatever. I guess I don't know, like if he called them or if they was coming there, but they claimed they seen something bulging, and within like 2 seconds they was like get down, or I'm on the bike. How the fuck I'm gonna get down, goofy? And it was bad 'cause I thought they was gonna shoot my goofy ass. Oh, did they see it bulging or not? I doubt it, because I didn't walk right by police cars, like walking down Fed. And yeah, but I don't know though. But yeah, they drew down on me, put the gun off on me, and took me to jail. I didn't even get to go to the funeral. So I don't think they wanted to just like the publicity or whatever, because they wanted to smoke me down like this. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was some bullshit. That was a bullshit ass. Like that was horrible. Um, and I never got caught with no pistol. That's why I'm like, he had to like, I don't know, or maybe it's just a coincidence. Like they was coming there and maybe they seen it bulging. I doubt it. They just seen me and was like, get down.
You were 14 years old when your adopted mom died. How did that affect you? Do you feel did that put you out in the street? Do you feel like were you rebelling?
Well, nah, before that, when she was alive, I was already 2 years into like me just all outside. Like it was kind of too late. I mean, I wasn't smoking in front of her, but I'm pretty sure she knew smoke because I come in there and eat up all the food, but I just never smoked in there or whatever. But after that, yeah, it kind of like made not put me in the streets as far as like they put me in the streets as like a criminal, but put me in the streets as kind of like my living environment, low key, because the sister that I was left to live with really didn't. I mean, it's like the sister where you can basically do anything. Like, there's no rules, there's nothing. Like, it's just, and then look where I was at. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, that took away everything, low key. 'Cause you go from having your room, your home, food, just a house to really nothing. I still graduated. Um, yeah, I didn't like just turn out no fucking tweaker, alcoholic, homeless person. You know?